What's up, fellas? The Blade Addict coming to you here. So I've had a lot of new subs join my channel within the last couple of weeks, and I just want to welcome all the new subscribers. Thanks for your support. Thanks for clicking that sub button, and I'm hoping that you'll enjoy the content coming your way in terms of swords and knives and everything that basically has a blade on it is what I love. So that's coming to you on this channel. Welcome to all new subscribers, and to all my continuing subscribers from the get-go, from when I first started. Guys, thank you always for your support. Three particular guys, there's so much support they give me on every single video I put out, comments and just feedback and input. Dabney, Jerbs, Jeff, you guys are fantastic. Thank you always for your support on every single one of my videos that come out. I know it's tough to be able to keep up with all the videos out there. On top of that, you're always commenting and leaving some good words of confidence, or just, you know, joining in the conversation with whatever I'm reviewing on the channel. So thank you so much for all your support. I can't thank you enough. And to every single one of you, thank you. Guys, on this channel, we support our veterans. Veterans is a place for you here. We always remember our veterans, and we always appreciate all of their services and hard struggles that they're having on a day-to-day basis. There's a number in the description for some good people that can help you if you're in despair. I've had some people comment to say about my Year of the Tiger was Bizer. Now it's Cloudhammer, it's the new name, but this was probably the last Bizer sold sword that I received as a review. I had some people ask me if I can just kind of sum up my outlook of this sword after cutting with it, after basically having it in my possession for about, I would say, about 2 months now, just swinging it around, and my overall impression. Generally, guys, this is a great sword. Cutting to the chase, I think it's definitely worth the money. You can see I didn't even unwrap the Sageo. Everything is very clean. It's still a very clean sword, no damages or anything like that. Starting from the Ito is extremely tight. I'm very happy with the tightness of the Ito. I'm very happy with this type of leather material that they put on the Ito, which is completely different from any other leather-wrapped Suka that I've seen before. Really good quality race skin. The Manuki, the details on the castings are not, listen, they're not ultra high quality Japanese castings, but they, for all intensive purposes, these are very good castings on the Koshiri on this particular sword. So everything basically around the handle, the comfort in the hand, the slender feel of the hand, the solidity of the Ito, it lends to be a very well handling sword, feeling great in the hands, very light and nimble. There's, you know, rarely any rattle in the saya from the blade. It's not an audible rattle like I have said before. It's more of like something you can feel, but nothing that you can hear. It's got I would say it's got a very good fit of the blade into the saya. The blade is removed from the saya very easily, and it comes in very easily as well. You shake it up and down, it has a retention enough to hold it, but not retention enough where it's not an easy release of the saya. Getting to the blade, now, you know me, guys, I always prefer a through hardened, I always prefer a differentially hardened blade where I have a lot of characteristics of the Hamon. This being a German spring steel, I was actually very impressed by it, guys. I was very impressed with using spring steel, being able to cut with it and be confident if I had bad aligned cuts, which I did. It did spring back into place. Nothing set on the blade. It's still very straight. The planes are straight. It's got a nice polishing job, guys. A really nice polishing job on this blade. I'm very impressed with the polishing job that Cloudhammer does on their blades. They definitely take a lot of pride in what they do. Is it something that completely stands out to something you've never seen before? No, not necessarily, but you know that basically you're spending within the $300 range. You have a very good quality blade with a good polishing job, no ripples. It's straight, it's even. The habaki is very tight. All the finishing pieces are tight for the most part after cutting. If I had to say anything is rattling at all, it's a little bit basically in, if I was to hold the Suba and move side to side, there's a little bit of a movement in the tang, but nothing to the point where it's unusable or it's very noticeable. But other than that, everything is very, very tight. Again, the blade is in great shape. The edge retention on a through hardened blade obviously is not as good as a differentially hardened, but it still was able to get honed to be pretty sharp. One problem I had with this Beiser sword when I first got it was the fact that it wasn't as sharp as I would like it to be. I simply just honed it up really well with some fine belts, and it came into a very good sharpness level, and it's still pretty damn sharp after cutting, but again, nothing compared to the edge retention of a differentially hardened blade. Who is this blade for, guys? This blade is for, I would definitely recommend it for the beginner who wants a good quality blade, good castings, very tight ito, very comfortable in hand, light and nimble, and the fact that it's spring steel and there's margin of error if you have some bad cuts is always a big plus, especially for the beginner or even the practitioner who just basically wants a blade that they can kind of go out, have fun with, and not have to worry about it taking a set. But there's always a but. You have to understand that being through hardened, you may have to revisit sharpening this up more often than a differentially hardened blade, and it won't get the razor sharpness that you might be looking for in a differentially hardened blade. But in terms of materials are cutting, again, tatami mats, water bottles, pool noodles, it did it all perfectly fine. Very happy with how this felt in the hands, how it performed, and how the state of the sword after cutting is still very good. I would say this can go into somebody else's hands and they can definitely enjoy it, in which I believe the sword is being sold to someone else, so I think that's going to be shipped out to the person who it's being sold to. And I would say to you, that person, it's a great blade, and it's a great blade for the price. There's a lot of pluses, more than any minuses on this sword, and I'm very happy with what Cloudhammer is doing in their blades in terms of their fittings, in terms of what they're doing that's different. Very much looking forward to the next two swords I have coming in from Cloudhammer. Not coming in, they are in. I showed them on a live. One is an S5 blade, like a wakizashi type of blade, and one is a Japanese tool steel. So I'm very excited to get those onto the review block and finally do some cutting with them as well. I know that some people are not into the whole gold look of the saya. Saya ends up being the highlight piece of this sword because it really fixed the whole motif, the Year of the Tiger motif that they were going for. So the colors kind of complement each other very well. I'm very happy with the finishing touches they put on this sword to give it that Year of the Tiger motif. The colors really match up together and in harmony, and it makes it look more of an art piece that is usable. I would give it about an A, okay? Save the pluses for like the really extravagant blades, but I would give it an A, especially for the price, within the $300 range. This is in the practical line. It's a very good practical sword that you can have fun with, and you can also display and you know, take pride in the beauty of this sword. And I really think that this is definitely a very beautiful sword, very capable sword, and a sword that you can definitely have a good time with in terms of backyard cutting. So that's all I have for you guys. Until the next Cloudhammer katana review, thank you for joining me, and an endorsement on the Year of the Tiger Beiser / Cloudhammer katana. Thanks guys for joining me. I'll see you when I see you. Much love and respect to you all. Peace out, everybody. Ciao.